We all can still remember the first time we wake up in this empty beach, right? And this cute fairy-like creature hovering around us followed us along. Turned out she's our perpetual guide, and sometimes emergency food as well. Then we began walking. We ran, we climbed, we swing our doll blades, and then we finally led to an open space, making an impression that there is much more in this game than that patch of beach we just came from. From then on, there's no going back. We unlock one teleport waypoint to the next, and next, and next, and next. As soon as it opened up previously deemed areas in the map, the adrenaline rush of opening all of these statues kicked in. So we slowly grind one statue to another. We pushed our way into discovering the beautiful and interesting places within Mondstadt. Windrise, Whispering Woods, Springvale, Dawn Winery, and many more, including the city of Mondstadt itself. And yes, that secret chest at the top of the cathedral located in Spire, which most of us had our first 4-star artifact obtained in our life. Most of us here have been burnt out before and keep coming back to the game because of the music, right? Then we got our first wind glider from Amber's test. We went inside Kaya's domain and then Lisa's domain. The sound we hear every day as we log into the game is this.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Remember when the hottest character back then was Dilek? Everyone is simping on him, to the point that some people want to lose 50-50 just to get him, and others rolls in the standard banner endlessly until they get a Dilek. That's also the time when we thought the Abyss Mages are the leaders of the enemies. The Hydro and Cryo Mage combined are still a pest even today. One of my favorite scenes too is during a face-off at Star Snatch Cliff. It felt like an Avenger movie where all the main casts came together for a fight. We met different people, NPCs we truly love even until today. Timmy, Marvin, and Marla, who are dating like forever. Erin, this lonely adventurer, Dr. Livingstone, and more. It was fun wherever we go. Until we arrive in the Storm Terror's lair. This is one of the most feared area in the game back then. The ambience seems like different from that of Mondstadt. From the jovial sound in and out of Mondstadt, this area is odd. It's one of the first time we actually experience fear in the game. Ruined guards everywhere and everything is desolate. As we walk in this long bridge going to the center, it feels like something will fall on us, like the dragon boss from Elden Ring. The battle culminated in an epic scene with the Valen, Venti, Dilek, Jean, and the Traveler.
This place is gonna collapse!
Spread your wings of freedom and go with my blessing. And so, the Storm Terror threat was quelled.
So we move forward in the unknown horizon ahead of us, in search for a stronger boss. Then we stumbled upon the wolf boss at Wolvendom. Here we mastered our dodging techniques, from noob to pro. Everything became second nature. We became seasoned in the game. We want more. Then we threaded just ahead of the Sword Cemetery and discovered a warp, which led us to the Spiral Abyss. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with this area. I completely agree. Some of us made the Abyss as their home. Some visited it every reset only. Some when they just remember it or feel like doing it. And some just don't bother going there. We cleared floor 1, 2, 3 easily. And then we unlocked Xiangling and hit the ceiling again. We can't seem to clear the 4th floor. So we hunted for more green artifacts from chests, quests, and special monsters. We leveled up our characters, our healers, Barbara and Chi-Chi, which we considered S-tier characters before. We actually depended on them. We ignored Bennett. He was just a minor character and no one uses him that much. All of us back then were Razor mains. Don't deny that. He's the strongest DPS we have. So we paired him with our Kaya and Xin Chao, plus one healer. That's the team, most of them below level 40. We got our hands of this Raven girl, official in Oz. We built her physical because she hits hard and fires her arrows quick like a machine gun. Remember the days where physical official and Xiangling are a thing? We were all into that. We leveled up our crescent pikes and seems like we're ready for the abyss. Until we fail again. So we discovered about the Animo users. Sucrose became instant popular even until today. She easily became an S tier unit with her TTDS plus instructor set combo, and the rest is history in the lower floors of the abyss. We flew through and realized that most of the damage checks are actually centered in team building and leveling. So we watched tutorials from Ziox, Sevi, Brax, Xlice, I Win to Lose, Fontaine, and more. The rise of Genshin YouTube content creators began. They're the real heroes. But some of us only used one character and soloed floor 1 to 8, using the strongest Spiral Abyss character in the game back in the days. Mommy Jean plus the Aquila Favonia. Thanks to Toronto, the OG Jean main, for teaching us this. She can just yeet everything out, never dies. She heals, and the sword heals her as well. Her skill can be spammed with fall damage that is based on the enemy's HP percent. Therefore, a big chunky HP can easily evaporate like a hilichurl. Remember the days that there is a rumor that there will be a free Ayaka once you reach AR42? Yes, that's true, folks. If you haven't came on board early, there is a time in the first few months of Genshin that once you hit AR42, you get a free Ayaka. It never happened, of course. She was literally in the game's advertisement video in mid-2020, months before the game's release. It took 2 years before she became playable. She is honestly one of the most sought after character in the game. That's why you don't really mess with the Ayaka enjoyers. Most of them are the OGs who waited for 2 years just to get her. Speaking of debunking old myths, remember the days where there are chest respawns? Everyone is talking about it and genuinely having a debate. No, for real, it's not a meme when the rumor first surfaced. People at first are divided who to believe. A long story short, there are no chest respawns, but it's something that's etched in the core memory of most Genshin Impact players. Now, aside from Jean, there is a character that is broken not just in the Abyss, but also in the overworld. The rule before is this: get Venti and beat the game. While Venti's value today is still good, the value of having Venti in patch 1.x back then is like obtaining all of the strongest supports today. Nahida, Kazuha, Yelan, all of them combined. That's how broken Venti is. The Spiral Abyss back then are not composed of big enemies that cannot be calmed easily, and are not spread out unlike today. There are lots of hilichurls and treasure hoarders in the upper floors in the old Abyss. Venti is a cheat code to that. Back then, it was so funny. Remember how artifact drops in the domain has to be picked up in the ground? Yes, that happened. This is frustrating too. Remember the rewards of the events back then? Needs residents to claim. Imagine the ongoing Klee event today, and you need residents to claim your rewards. How frustrating, right? Gladly Hoyoverse fixed that. Thank you, we're all happy. I can still remember that exploring Dragonspine made me like Bennett. We can't use Chi-Chi here, because she can't do anything meaningful. Then healing using ice in an area of ice? It doesn't make sense. So we needed a pyro healer. Then we discovered Bennett. He easily became a fan favorite, not just because of Dragonspine, but because he's really useful in the Abyss, and everyone wants Bennett to be lucky, so we put him in our team. We pushed forward into the caverns of Dragonspine. Oh, that was painful. COVID season already giving us the sense of isolation, which led to depression in different shapes and form. Then this icy mountain added pain to that baggage. How convenient, right? And remember this place here? Where there is a time challenge that you have to beat a set of enemies from different areas, with a finale of facing off against Abyss mages. That was painful. Gladly Dilek saved me on that one. Oh, Dragonspine, how I hate you. Oh, that big snowboard king and its minions? Man, Bennett is the only reason why I survived that. At least we reached the top. We inhale the beautiful music of Genshin. Such peace, such accomplishment. What a journey it has been. Not until we first saw the first transition of green grasses turning to vibrant yellow and orange autumn leaves. And so we finally set foot at the borders of Liyue. That will be on our next video as we continue to reminisce the past, waiting for the release of Fontaine. Subscribe for more content like this, and see you again, travelers.